This video is about winter pruning and hardwood cuttings of a rose. I'm going to do some winter pruning of the few rose bushes that we have outside the front of our house. They're just like a normal bush type rose. They're not climbers or ramblers or anything like that. So how I do it, this is in winter, and I use the 4Ds: dead, diseased, damaged, and then you're ready for the fourth one, then what are crossing over. Right, so if you look here, see where that branch is, these two are rubbing against each other, and can you see there, it's like calloused where it's been rubbing, so we're going to get rid of those. Now that's got this one, not the younger, greener, sappier, newer growth. The older growth has got more potential to die because it's got the greater damage on. So I'm going to cut off this one, and how we're going to do it is we're going to cut back to an outer facing bud. If you do, so that one's there, that bud, that's going to grow in. Now we don't want that because all the middle of the bush will just get congested. So if you do an outer one, it keeps you like a nice goblet shape, a bit like when we do gooseberry bushes. So let's have a think, where can I do this to? There's a, don't know if you can see, there's a tiny bud there. If I just cut it back to just above, there's a bud there just above my thumb, so that'll help keep the nice shape. So the rest of the bush I'm going to cut down back by about half, and again we'll go to an outward facing bud, and it'll help keep the nice shape. Right, you don't need to see me do all of this. So hopefully you can make out the skeleton frame of this rose bush. Now this one has these lovely red flowers on. So I've cut it, all the cuts I've made have been to an outward facing bud, and I've took about half the height off it. As I said, this is a winter job. We've touched wood, we've had a fairly mild winter so far, so you can get away with doing it now. Now if you're having a particularly harsh winter though, what you could do is you could wait till the very end of winter, beginning of spring, just as the rose bush is starting to grow again, and then you could do this kind of pruning. So remember the 4Ds: dead, diseased, damaged, and then what cross over. So in this cold frame, which I've made out of bricks and some corrugated roofing plastic, I have actually done another video about that. I'll put the link to that video at the end of this one. In this cold frame I've got an old piece of drain pipe, and I've put some compost and sand to make it really nice and gritty for good sharp drainage just into this old bit of drain pipe. And then the prunings of the bush rose that we've just taken, I might as well take some hardwood cuttings. Now this can be done in winter, and what you want to do is cut just below a leaf node. So I'm going to cut there, right, and then you want at least 3 leaf nodes on your cutting. So let's count them up: 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go for 4. I think I've got the depth, and then we'll cut just above that. Right, so that's my cutting now. Now at this point, don't get them mixed up, and by that I mean that's your top end, that's your bottom end. Don't, you know, some people do an angled cut on the top so they know that that was the top. I'm literally just going to stick that in this very sharp draining compost so that the top bud is exposed, and I can do quite a few of those. So again, right, so that's where I've just made the last cut. I don't need this bit. I'm going to do it just underneath that leaf node there, so we can get rid of that end bit. And let's count them up again. I'm going to go for 4, I think, this time. 2, just like the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we cut just above. There's another one. And same thing, stick that in, keep the top end at the top, and just put it so the leaf node's just poking up above the soil. Right, I've got quite a few more of those I can get doing, so I'll pot the rest up. Another thing you can do to increase your chances is there's no harm with hardwood rose cuttings of just dipping the end in some routine hormone powder. It's not essential, but it does help. It just increases your chances of the cuttings taking root. So the theory is that everywhere there's a leaf node and you've got that buried in the soil, when you strike these cuttings, along those leaf nodes there's some root hormones in the plant material, and that is where, in theory, your roots will start growing from. So I've just, like I said before, just to help it along, I've put some hormone powder on the end of that one, so that one will go in too. And we should get lots of roots coming at all of the different leaf nodes which are now buried. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hardwood rose cuttings in an old piece of drain pipe. They're going to stay pretty much dormant for the rest of the winter. Spring they'll start growing again, and hopefully we'll see signs of growth on them, little leaves and what have you, and perhaps some shoots start where the height starts coming from. And then I might pot them up individually as they start to grow and show signs of growth. And then next autumn they'll be, hopefully, if I've put them into decent sized pots which has allowed them to continue growing, next autumn I'll be able to plant them out into the final positions. And just a little quickie at the end. Some of you may remember earlier this year I made a video where I had a little buddleia which had self-seeded from my next door neighbour's plant. It had found its way onto my gravel drive. So I dug it out, roots and all, transplanted it. This is it. It's doing well. In fact, hang on, let's lift it out. And I wanted to show you this, really, just to kind of let you know that what we're doing here is real gardening. It's not just for the magic of television. I don't just do these things and then bin them. I keep them, and I'll grow this on. It's doing really well. I'll grow it on and I'll find somewhere to plant it. Plenty of shoots up the length. So, free plant. Oh yeah. If you're new to the channel, it'd be amazing if you could click on the subscribe button.